Prince Harry's three-day battle in High Court with the government over his security begins today. The Duke of Sussex is expected to argue he was treated unfairly by the Home Office after he and his wife Meghan moved across the pond to California and were no longer given the same degree of personal protection when visiting the UK. The decision was made in 2020 that the Duke would no longer have automatic police security in Britain. Shaheed Fatima KC, for Harry, said in written submissions that the risk the Duke faces arises from his birth and ongoing status as the son of the King. She continued, the claimant's consistent position has been, and remains, that he should be given state security in light of the threats, risks he faces. The barrister later said the Duke is, plainly, part of the group that REVEC, the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, has to consider. For all the latest updates, follow our live blog below. Key events. Get the latest royal news from the Express Royal Newsletter. 11:13 21 minutes ago. 11:37 Charles Harrison finite public resources limit who can receive security. Home Office argues. The Home Office, in written submissions, represented by James EDKC, said that it was up to REVEC which individuals fell under the domain, and who they then supplied security to. Sir James said, it was for REVEC to determine which individuals were within the cohort for which it took responsibility. The cohort primarily consists of principals who are at particular risk from threats as a result of their role in public life. It is judged to be right in principle that the allocation of finite public resources which results from protective security provided by the state be allocated to individuals who are acting in the interests of the state through the public role. He added, REVEC has treated the claimant, the Duke of Sussex, as a person who falls outside the REVEC cohort, but who nonetheless enters the cohort occasionally when in Great Britain. 36 minutes ago. 11:22 Charles Harrison. Harry's previous legal case on security for his family. The Duke lost a similar case earlier this year when he argued that he should be able to privately pay for London's police force to guard him when he comes to visit the UK. Mr. Justice Chamberlain ruled that this second challenge would not be brought to the High Court, after a government lawyer argued that offices should be used as private bodyguards for the wealthy. The Home Office said it was not appropriate for wealthy people to buy protective security, which might include armed officers, if the government had decided that the public interest does not warrant someone getting such protection on a publicly funded basis. The Prince has said he did not feel safe bringing his wife Meghan and their two young children back to Britain and was concerned about his own safety after being chased by paparazzi following a London charity event. 42 minutes ago. 11:16 Charles Harrison. Government's case-by-case approach criticised by Duke's lawyer as causing uncertainty. Prince Harry's barrister says that unnecessary hardship was caused by the government's strategy of determining Harry's security on a case-by-case basis. Shaheed Fatima KC said, the purpose of security is to mitigate the risk of a successful attack. The risk has arisen in relation to the claimant because of a factor over which he has no control and which will affect him for the rest of his life, i.e., his place in the royal family. 45 minutes ago. 11:13 Natalie Crookham. Get the latest royal news from the Express Royal Newsletter. Sign up to the Express Royal Newsletter and get the latest news, analysis and pictures. Solace in bed. 49 minutes ago. 11:09 Charles Harrison. Harry's lawyer says Duke was left without relevant information about his security detail. Prince Harry would have made further representations directly to REVEC, the body that deprived him of his security escort, had he been given the relevant information, his lawyer has said. In continued written submissions, Prince Harry's lawyer Shaheed Fatima KC told the High Court, in 2020 the claimant stood to be deprived of an existing benefit of the utmost importance, but he was not given any proper opportunity to make informed representations directly to REVEC before the February 2020 decision. Ms. Fatima continued, a person in the claimant's position who is the subject of a Revec decision which will directly affect his safety, rights and interests, and involve the removal of the prior provision of state security, is entitled to be informed, at the start of the decision-making process, what the relevant policy is and how it is operated, applied, so that they may make informed submissions to Revec. This didn't happen, she claimed, and said instead Harry's knowledge of the process was limited. 56 minutes ago 11:02 Hannah Kane. Harry still faces security risks for being son of the King. Shaheed Fatima KC, for Harry, said in written submissions that the risk the Duke faces arises from his birth and ongoing status as the son of the King. She continued, the claimant's consistent position has been, and remains, that he should be given state security in light of the threats, risks he faces. The barrister later said the Duke is, plainly, part of the group that Revec, the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, has to consider. 59 minutes ago 10:59 Hannah Kane. Judge allowed Harry to take battle to court. Here's what Mr. Justice Swift said in full. 1 hour ago 10:56 Hannah Kane. Why has Harry gone to the High Court? Prince Harry was no longer allowed the same degree of protection when in the UK after he stepped down from being a working royal. The decision was made by the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, Revec, in February 2020. However, the Duke of Sussex challenged the decision, leading to a court battle in July 2022. It was here that Mr. Justice Swift made the decision, said Harry could take his appeal to the High Court. 1 hour ago 10:53 Hannah Kane. Good morning, welcome to our live blog where we'll be bringing you all the latest updates as Prince Harry's 3-day court battle to regain his UK security begins. More to follow. Become an Express Premium member. Support fearless journalism. Read the Daily Express online. Advert free. Get super fast page loading. Start 30-day free trial.